Hi folks and welcome to today's video, lower neck pain relief. Now, I do create a lot of great content for those folks suffering out there with neck pain, back pain, sciatica nerve pain, disc issue pain, herniated disc, etc. If that is you, then hit that subscribe button. You'll be notified when I upload some great content for you folks to get you back on the road to recovery. So, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay folks, so today I'm going to be talking about lower neck pain. Now, a lot of my content is around lower back pain, and approximately 70 to 90% of the population will experience low back pain at some point before they're 35 years old. It does cost about hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars a year in healthcare. However, some people are predicting that neck pain will become the new back pain. Why? Well, you may have heard of something called tech neck. It's related to technology neck, where we spend so much time on our phones and our iPads and our tablets, and we're doing this position, we start to put extra stress on our necks. Now, male human head, roughly anywhere from sort of 5 to maybe 11 pounds in weight, okay? However, once you start to project your head forward and it comes off its normal kind of seating point here at what's called the C7, T1 vertebral junction, then that weight can manifest up to 30, 40, in some cases 50 pounds. If the head is projected very far forward, that extra stress is like carrying 40, 50 pounds on your neck. And all that stress goes at that lower neck region. And a lot of us today do spend a lot of time on our phones. In this position, we'll be at a screen, a laptop. Sometimes we can't have the correct workstation height. We've not set it up properly. Word to the wise, if you are struggling to set up your workstation, there's another video that's going to pop up at the end of this one, which will give you an effective setup protocol for your workstation if you're working at home, or if you're in the office, you want to know how to set things up. Check out that video after this one, and I've got a guided video on how you do that. Now, back to this video. So, a lot of people are going to get extra stress in this lower neck, upper mid-back region, and it could become, epidemic across, way across the world, many of us working in front of screens, etc., etc. So, there was a guy actually wrote in and asked me about this issue. He's got some nerve tingling in his pinky. Now, typically, with the nerves coming out of the neck, they do basically help us grip and move our fingers, etc. And if you've got sort of pain and tingling in this region, it's very often that something comes out of the C5 nerve junction, then it's in C6, C7 is like your middle two, and then C8, which is a nerve which runs out between your C7 vertebra and your T1 vertebra. You often get tingling, pins and needles in your pinky, and that's what this person was suffering. So I said, look, I will do a video for you. It's actually going to be quite good because it's going to relate a lot to this new modern phenomenon of tech neck. So this is a decompression video to help those two regions, your T1 vertebra and your C7, to open up a little bit. Helps the disc to rehydrate if you've got a herniation, etc. Will help stabilize that joint a little bit more as well, and help correct any issues you have in that region. Now, I'm going to teach you a couple of things first before we get into it. Now, I've got two boxes here. It's just easier for you to see what I'm doing. Okay, you'll be doing it on the floor, preferably, right? This just makes it easier for the camera to pick up the little nuances in my movements. Now, these types of stretches are decompression, and they do require opposing forces to get the decompression, okay? So, I just want to show you something first. When we're actually going to do the stretch itself, your arms are going to be doing something quite specific. If you put your arms out like so, okay, then you lift them just a little bit up. So essentially the base of my thumb here would be roughly in line with the center of my ear, okay? So they're not sort of 45 degrees, they're not sort of 180, we're somewhere in that region there, okay? Now, when we do the stretch, we're going to imagine our arms are pushing away from each other, okay? So one arm goes one way, and the other arm goes the other way. And you'll notice my fingers are going to be pointing to the floor here, okay? And the stretch, you want to, when you put that stretch on, when I say on, I want you to push away with each side. We're going to be looking at about 50% of your power, which effectively is you holding the stretch and not excessively, pushing too hard, okay? If you've never done these stretches before, they are quite difficult. It's a type of fascial stretch. The fascia is mainly water. If you're not hydrated properly, it's going to be like stretching leather, okay? So I want you just to practice this. Come up here like this, okay? The base of my thumb is mid-ear height, and I just push away. I just consciously push away, and I hold. And we're just going to hold that for 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6. Keep pushing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Okay. We'll call that arms. Just arms. Okay. When I say arms, that's what you're going to bring into that position. Okay. And then I'll say stretch, and you're going to push. Okay. That is vitally important to know and understand as we get into the main stretch itself. So we're going to be trying to separating away the C7, T1 junction, just a little bit, give us some relief. Now, I'm going to be lying on my back on here, and I'm going to teach you a few things as we go, okay? So no arms just yet, all right? Bear with me. So we lie on our back. Now, the first move we're going to do, we just pick the knees up, okay? And I'll show you this from the front as well. Now, I want the outside edges of my feet to be turned out and my toes back towards my knees. So I've got to swing around here so you can see. Feet in, okay, outside edges out. I want them out. And I just maintain. And then I don't want toes pointed, I want toes towards my knees. So I just go into that position and I just hold it. I don't excessively push it, I just turn my body into that position, okay? Next position will be, I'm just going to gently lift my knees towards my chest. And they come up, very, very small, tiny, tiny, tiny lift. So there's a little bit of lift in my bum here, but I'm not like throwing them up in my abs or crunching really hard to hold them in that position. No, 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 no. It's just a very gentle lift. And as I do that, I maintain my outside edges are out, my toes are back towards my knees, okay? Now, relax that off for a second. Now, the next part is a little bit tricky. It does require us to have the head lifted off the ground, it's about 2 or 3 inches, and then I project my chin, make a double chin, and I'm projecting my chin towards the ground. If I was to show you in the seated standing position, here, so this is neutral, I make a double chin. So I pull my chin backwards, okay? Backwards. Neutral, backwards. Neutral, backwards. So that's what's happening with the stretch. Okay? I lift the head up, and then chin goes back towards the ground. Now, just relax for a second. Now, for a lot of people, that's quite hard in the beginning, so you don't have to strengthen the muscles. So what I'd recommend, get a small towel, roll it up, so you got a good sort of 2 or 3 inches there. Now, when you put it behind the head, you don't put it too low, because then your chin's going to tilt back. You want to put it in the top kind of third of your head, which will give you this natural tilt. And it's much easier for you to push your chin towards the ground. And you would do this for a week or two, then take the towel away, and then practice strengthening up the neck by doing it with non-assisted. So first of all, I'm going to show you the stretch by using the towel. Then we'll take the towel away, and I'll show you the optimal stretch without the towel. Now remember, it's always to your individual maximum, okay? It's whatever position you can get into as best you can, it's still going to help you. Don't be put off, don't be discouraged if you can't, get into the optimal position. That's okay, you work towards that. It's whatever is comfortable for you. That's where we start, and then we build from there, okay? So I'm going to talk you through each individual bit of the stretch, and then we'll bring in the arms at the end, okay? And we maintain all the positions that I tell you to do, and the stretch is a constant move, so we constantly keep the stretch pushed on as we are performing the stretch. We don't do intermittent like 10 seconds on, 10 off. We're going to try 15 to 20 seconds of one continuous long stretch, okay? So, I've got my towel in the upper sort of third section there, it's fine. Outside edges out of my feet. I just slightly tilt my knees towards my chest. I make my double chin, I start talking funny. My arm, I say arms come out, okay? So you might need a friend to help you for your range. Now, fingers towards the ground. Now, the stretch itself, we're going to project the arms away. So push the arms away from each other. At the same time, make a double chin. Push that chin towards the ceiling. Oh, I need the stretch. Push, keep going,
Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Feet down, arms in. Now let me just talk a little bit in case you didn't quite get it at that point. So, from here, so the arms come out and then you bring the stretch on. So I push away with the arms, pushing away at the same time as I pull the chin towards the ground. And I should feel the stretch in this region here, okay? This is, you may feel it a little higher, may feel it a little lower. It depends where the tissue is most tight and restricted for you, okay? Don't forget to breathe, so don't hold your breath during the stretch, all right? Remember to breathe. Push with 50% of your power. Don't get too crazy. You shouldn't be like shaking, okay? Gentle, progressive stretch. We'll do it one more time. This time I'm going to show you without the towel, but please do use the towel at home when you first start the stretch, okay? When you want to try without the towel, try to be at least doing the stretch for up to 40, 50 seconds with the towel, okay, comfortably. Remove the towel and then go back to doing 10, 20 seconds without the towel. So you build up the strength in these neck muscles here, so they're used to holding your neck up, okay? So now we're just going to go without the towel, but you at home, use the towel, all right? So we'll talk you through it one more time. We're here. So I bring the knees up, I open the feet out, toes towards my knees. I do a little tiny lift of the bum, okay? I check my neck, okay, I'm about 2 or 3 inches off the ground there. Make a double chin, arms out, fingers to the floor, and I project my arms away, and I make a double chin. I push my chin down, push my arms away. I'm talking funny. And let's count from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. I shouldn't be counting out loud when you do it on your own. Use a timer. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now when you relax in this position with no towel, keep the chin in, bring the whole head down, and then relax. Don't go from here and tilt your head back, okay? This is only when you start to do it without the towel. You finish the stretch, keep the chin in, whole head goes down, then relax. Good job, guys. Now, I actually felt that a lot myself in my arms here as well. You may do as well. I was doing a lot of lifting yesterday. I was moving boxes, so I'm quite tight in my forearms today. But the more you do the stretch, okay, the more this tissue will start to stretch and you'll start to feel it more in the region that we're trying to target. But as I said before, guys, and I'll keep repeating myself, if you can't get into the exact positions, it's okay. If you got a sore shoulder, you need to lift your arm a bit higher or a bit lower, that's okay. It's always your individual maximum, and then you build from there, okay? All right, guys, listen, if you've got any questions about that stretch or your own problems, please hit me up in the comment section down below. I know sometimes you might want to broadcast your problem, so listen, I do try to help as many people as possible. My email is also in the description down below. Please hit me up an email, tell me what your problem is. I will try to give you guys, I will give you some feedback, okay, and some stuff you can do at home, pointing towards different videos that are going to help you, and I want to put you guys back on the road to recovery, all right? So listen, folks, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Check out the other video, which is coming up very soon, about your workstation. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.